I was saying that is, um, yeah, the government no longer rule according to the people; they rule according to the interests of corporation, and that's just not democracy at all, you know. Because democracy means rule by the majority, not rule by the minority. So it's a flip flop, and that's a massive betrayal of democracy. And really, if American democracy falls, everything else, every other form of democracy in the world falls. That's just the way it is, and we can't, as citizens, and we can't allow that, because democracy is good. It's good because the poor have not in a democracy. The poor can decide what sort of society they want to live in. The majority of the people, so it's a good thing. So let's not kill it. Let's not kill democracy. Let's go out there and vote against those institutions. Vote against them and punish them. Because you know what? If you go and vote for the people that are gonna perpetuate the democratization of American society, then I must argue that you deserve the consequences that follows. Yes, and I will say it again. If you go and vote for any individual, all institutions that will perpetuate or exacerbate the democratization of the public, then whatever decisions that they make that harms you, you deserve it. You are responsible for what befell you, what will come. So I highly advise you to really take this election very serious. Donald Trump is gonna win, and let's not look at that as a bad thing. Let's look at it as a good thing. And those political institutions should look at it as a warning shot, that if you don't shape your behaviors according to the people, there's more of these people coming. And the next election, the next person that's going to come is going to be even worse than Donald Trump, because they will recognize what the public want. And then they're going to be even more, the rhetoric is going to be even more intense than Donald Trump. So it's just going to get worse and worse and worse, right? So if I come to it, I would hate to say that, but maybe Donald Trump is the best thing that happened to this nation, because this nation, and one more thing I want to add is that the only thing that can save American democracy right now is a social explosion. What I mean is sort of what we had with Black Lives Matters and what we had in the 60s. Because what those social explosion represent is a process of democratization, So, and when we have massive explosions like that, what it does, it put the government at edge. It gets them to think, to revisit their policies, the ways in which they are ruling, to be more reflective of the people. So That's what it does. So that's the only thing that can reverse this thing. So I urge everyone to not look at Black Lives Matter. Yeah, we have this extremists. It's like everything else. We are, you have the feminist movement. You have feminist extremists, which I hate. I hate the feminism movement. The extremists, I hate them very much. I can't stand those people. They're narcissistic. So, and they're also naive. But it's like any other, any other movement. You're gonna have the extremists. You're gonna have the progressive. So let's not take the extremists and blow it out of proportion, and make it seem like, well, these guys are just black, young, ignorant, stupid people going around burning buildings and whatnot. No, let's not look at. Let's try to move away from that. That doesn't help us. Okay, let's look at the broader picture. Okay, this is a democratic movement. It takes power away from the corporation and give it back to the people. Let's look at Black Lives Matter. What has it achieved? It has actually achieved a lot. It actually took power from the corporation and gave it back to the people. It forces the state to act, and because the state is now being threatened, the government is being threatened, so therefore they have to act according to the people's will. So that's a good thing, right? So the only thing that can save American democracy is a massive explosion, social explosion. So in all directions. That's the thing. It's not only police brutality. We're talking about Occupy Wall Street. We're talking about the justice system. In every direction, there has to be this massive social explosion, because what that does is resuscitate the democracy. And actually give democracy a chance to last maybe another 400 years. Because right now it's on its knees, guys. It's on its knees. It's the next thing that happens is we are gonna be fighting ourselves. Literally. We're gonna be so divided. We're gonna be fighting ourselves. You're gonna have black people fighting white people fighting black people, and we attacking each other, and everybody's it's so destructive. And then guess what? Guess what? Our enemies, they look at that and they see, they laugh. They just wait. They wait till we weaken ourselves, and once we can no longer get along, then they're approaching. Because how are we going to build an army if we're so divided to fight outside forces? How are we going to do that? No, we can't even agree on the littlest things. So we're not going to sort of defend ourselves, and we might lose in the process of fighting against each other. We might lose the very thing that brought us together, which is democracy and freedom. So we have to get back to a government elected by the people, according to Abraham Lincoln, and the government must rule for the people, not the corporation. So for me, who am I going to vote for? It's sad because the political institution gave us no choice. So the people have no choice but to vote for Donald Trump, because they gave them no choice. What choice do they have? What choice do the people have? Do you think some of those Donald Trump supporters want to vote for him? No, they don't want to. But at this point, they're so irritated by the institution that they're willing to do the extreme. That means vote for even a racist, because they have no other choice. They've been given no other choice. And it's just really sad. And the people deserve better than that. And this institution needs to fail. They have two choices: reform or fail. Go back to the way to ruling according to the people, or literally betray democracy and let democracy die. And who knows what type of world we'll be living in. A world full of tyrants. We'll go back to barbaric days of the Roman Empire and the 20th century totalitarian regime in Italy and Nazism and Germany and so forth. So who knows? So let's not do that to ourselves, guys. All right. This is Samuel, and again, I'm not the brightest political science student, and I'm an undergrad at the University of Minnesota. Again, I'm not the brightest of all. You can see, but hopefully, I'm just chilling at my dorm room right now, just trying to take a shower and hang out, go hang out and do some things. But this stuff has been on my mind because every day I wake up and read Facebook posts and then go on the internet and see people just branding Donald Trump supporters as being crazy, and I'm like, you guys are missing the damn point. And you know why I think they're not. There's another reason why the institutions needs to die or to reform or die. Because I wake up this morning and I read, a bunch of Republicans, when Donald Trump says something stupid and racist, then like Paul Ryan and all this other really highly influential Republican individuals, their comments is saying, well, Donald Trump needs to do more to sort of unite the party. It's like, you missed the whole point. You're missing the entire point. And you wonder why people are voting against someone that's distancing themselves. Because instead of saying, well, Donald Trump needs to do more to sort of unite the people, they send the party. It's all about petition loyalty. Then bringing the people together. See, that tells you right there. It proves Donald Trump's entire point. And that proves it right there. And that justifies the action of Donald Trump's supporters. It literally does. And so I'm gonna leave it like that because I'm late. Gotta go, and I gotta get a haircut. So, but yeah, I'm gonna take the shower quick and I'll see you later. Bye bye.